This is Epic Sniper!
Glacial112. Yeah. So, this tank is pretty damn awesome. I really like it a lot. I've been playing IS-6 from actually since it first came out. So for a very long time I've been playing this tank, and I really like it, and I've gotten used to the gun, both the old gun and the new gun. And the Glacial is a combination of the new gun and the old gun. The armor piercing rounds are the same as IS-6, the old gun, but the heat rounds is actually the same as the new gun on IS-6, so it doesn't lack penetration at all if you shoot premium ammunition. But the AP standard ammunition is not for all tanks. The armor profile of this tank is awesome, and I'm gonna show you here in a training room. So as you can see, the armor profile here, I'm looking at it from an IS-6. Pretty level, I think, from up here, and the armor profile is very good on this tank. The downside here compared to the IS-6 is the lower plate, and you can see here, if I park them next to each other, you can see that the lower front plate is bigger on the Glacial. So the IS-6 actually has more protection on the lower plate. The angle of the lower plate is also better on the IS-6 than on the Glacial. But the main difference is the upper plate. The upper plate of the Glacial is stronger than the IS-6. It has 120 millimeters of armor, and the IS-6 has 100 millimeters. And the shoulder plates makes the IS-6 not as good as at side scraping as the Glacial. So if the Glacial is able to hide the lower plate, it's stronger than IS-6. And in the open, I would say IS-6 is a little stronger. Unless people are shooting at the upper plate, but yeah, why would they do that? Okay, I'm gonna show you another profile of this tank. As you can see here, when the tank is hauled down, it's almost impossible to penetrate anywhere. And if I switch to heat, still in the IS-6 with the new gun, 270 millimeters of penetration. There is no weak spots to shoot at other than the small hatches on top, and it's the same with armor piercing, composite rigid or heat. It is possible to penetrate them, but if he was moving, they are very hard to hit, and I actually only think it's the left one. This one up here is very hard to hit. Let me try one and see. Yeah, it's the machine gun. So only this small hatch is possible, and let me just show you. As you can see, IS-6 has the same weak spots, even though it is angling up. You can still hit the copula on both sides actually, and it's got a huge weak spot on the turret in this side, and it's fairly bigger than the Glacial. So, and I'm still in a IS-6 shooting normal ammunition, and this makes the IS-6 weaker for hold down. And if you take a look here, actually the upper plate with normal ammunition, and the tank is angling up. So the front plate is boosted to maximum, and I can penetrate this upper front plate with some shots, and if I take premium ammunition, the whole front plate is weak, and it wasn't at all on the Glacial. So armor wise, the Glacial is definitely the strong one. And even though the turret side of IS-6 is stronger, it doesn't make any difference, because the whole front side of the Glacial is yeah, as you can see, the sides of this turret is actually still quite strong compared to the IS-6. The IS-6 turret was weak already, yeah, already from the start actually. And this is pretty strong from this angle, and only about here it becomes a little weak, and it's got some weak spot up here behind the machine gun. But yeah, the big difference is of course still the lower plate. It's bigger on this Glacial. So side scraping in this tank is gonna be awesome. The turret is strong, the side is strong. From this angle, if I shoot here, I can penetrate. But this angle, take a look at this angle, it's pretty close, and let's see if I can penetrate. Down here. Nope, no penetration. From this angle, actually. That's pretty wild. It's a great side scraper. This one up here, still bounce. Nope. Of course I got the front plate, but if he's side scraping, it's not gonna be possible. This angle, if this works, it's definitely a weak spot. No. So it has to be angled up for it to work. Let's try some COD, and then I'm gonna go in battle. Yeah. Okay, check this out. I only have this Indian Panzer to try this, but I have stacked double fuel rations, and I got ventilation, and I'm doing everything I can here to COD this tank. And as you can see here, if the Glacial is standing still and only moving the turret, it is possible to COD it. It's not easy, you can't make any mistakes, but it is working. You really have to stay close here. If you slip up and gets too much distance, let me show you here. Hit a rock, hit something, make a stop, you're gonna get shot. Because it's actually got pretty good turret traverse. So you have to get in close to the tank here to slip away from the gun. So, as you might guess, if the Glacial is moving the tracks along with it, check this out. It's gonna be impossible to get away from the gun. Even if you stay very close. He's gonna be able to shoot you almost all the time. Okay, this was too close. I tried in a training room with one of my mates in a Dracula, and he couldn't get away from me. Perhaps on the perfect conditions, paved road and all that, you could get away, but this is not a tank you wanna be CODing in.